Okay, Nick Collier here again, and a couple of weeks ago I explained that not much was coming into the machine shop, and boy, it is so true. I mean, I had that one little aluminum job last week that you saw, and I don't know, it's been months. So in order to, pay the bills and continue with the process, Jason and I decided to kind of go in the direction of rails and gates. Yippee! About as boring as a bag of hammers. But it pays the bills and we continue going on. Here's some of the projects we've had. Hey, I know it's not exciting, but I'm going to share it with you anyhow. So we've got this project here, a little handrail job that I'm actually in the middle of right at the moment. Just a quick sketch. Here's a job that's coming up for a lady here in town. Oops, let's go that way. That's a gate. Yuck. But, hey, it pays the bills and it's actually reasonable money. And here's a larger gate for a character in Nevada City. So, that said, that's what we're doing, and filming it is almost impossible because it's a lot of moving stuff around and bringing tools in and taking tools out. It isn't like machine work where you're standing in one place and the tool is there and you can't really move it anyhow. So, there is my story and the reason why we haven't got just a whole pile of projects. That said, I'm in kind of a limbo right now. We've still got this job going on over in Placerville, about 80 miles away, and I'm taking a couple of days off because it is an exhausting job. Anyhow, let's shift a little bit. In lieu of not having anything machine-wise to show you, in fact, if you have a machine project you're thinking of, and it would be an interesting project, please contact me. My number's right down below, or my email, and I'll give you a good deal just to put something on video. So that said, I'm going to tell you a story about how I first landed here in Nevada County. That's up in the foothills above Sacramento, California. I grew up in the Bay Area, and my folks, when I was a kid, came up to this country a lot, as a family. If you imagine 6 kids, mom and dad in the front seat, all 6 kids in the back seat of a 1957 DeSoto station wagon, just a tank and a half. And we'd come up here, and not to Nevada County because I never actually got here until the mid-70s, but Sonora and all the little towns between Sonora and Auburn. And I love the country, and I love this area. And so one day, not one day, but I had been planning on moving up here. And so I got in my little 1964 Corvair and bipped up to Sonora and began my journey in Sonora. And my criteria was, it's a big enough town where there's going to be something going on, and you know, and of course I liked the area. So I start traveling north up Highway 49. Now, nowadays 49 is like almost a, you know, 4-lane freeway. But back in those days, it was a little crookly back road. And it took all day long to get from Sonora to Auburn. And in between there's probably, oh, I don't know, 30 or 40 little towns. Placerville being one, Sonora certainly another, Hangtown another. There's about a whole line of them. And I went through each town and kind of cruised through and looked at it. This town was too small. This town was, you know, too plain. This town was too low in elevation. You know, just kept going through town after town. By the time I got to Auburn, I was starting to look for a place to camp out. And there was a hitchhiker on the side of the road, and I picked him up. And I'm going from Auburn to Grass Valley, which is about 30 miles. And we got in a conversation and talking. And I said, hey, do you know any place to camp out? And he says, I know the perfect place. And so he said, go through Grass Valley in Nevada City, and I'll take you out to North San Juan. North San Juan is like, you know, 4 buildings, and half of them are decrepit. I may even have pronounced that wrong. But anyhow, so we go through the town of North San Juan down to the middle fork of the Yuba River and up a little bit to a place called Oregon Creek Falls. And if you haven't seen it, you can look it up on the internet these days. Of course, then it was pretty well hidden. So we pull into the little driveway, and in those days, there was a renegade campground about, oh, I don't know, 300 or 400 yards past the falls, back upstream on Oregon Creek. So we pull down to this little campground, and he says, hey, set up your tent and get everything all ready, and I'll take you over to the falls. Now I said, great. And this is August, so it's like burning hot out. And I'm, what am I, 23? Yeah, I'm 23 years old, just full of piss and vinegar. So I get all set up. He says, okay, we're going to go over to the falls. So we get in the creek itself, and it's not a fast-moving creek, especially in August. You know, the water's maybe ankle deep. And we start walking downstream on the creek, and it's, you know, it's over wooded and really beautiful, and the brook is running, and it just butterflies. And we walk down the creek about, oh, I don't know, 100 yards or so, and we come out on this beautiful white granite boulders. I mean, you know, 30-foot tall, big, huge white granite boulders that have been worn down to roundness over the millennia. And on these boulders, sunbathing, were 20 naked women. And I threw up my hands. I says, I'm home. This is Nick Collier checking out.